The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, I'm Jasmine Nero with the news. In this edition, disclose nature of transaction, secure your family's future, and PNG is the MSG champions. An undertaking by state-owned Kumul Petroleum Holdings to increase its PNG LNG equity through a conditional arrangement between PNG LNG partner Santos has raised concerns over the lack of transparency surrounding the whole arrangement. The PNG Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative made the call following the publication of the arrangement in the media recently.
Kumul Petroleum Holdings Limited has offered to acquire 5% of Santos equity in the PNG LNG project with assets valued at $1.4 billion. This includes a share of project finance debt of approximately $0.3 billion, which is the condition upon which this commercial arrangement was made. The PNG Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative National Secretariat Lucas Alcan said while it is understood that the compromise between the two major players in the PNG LNG project are purely commercial, the PNG EITI is concerned that the nature in which such arrangements are being made, especially when a substantial amount of money belonging to the people of Papua New Guinea entrusted under the stewardship of KPHL is involved. Mr. Alcan said the deal can easily be likened to the controversial UBS transaction, which recently ended up being investigated by a Royal Commission of Inquiry that cost the state millions of kina in taxpayers' money. He added that KPHL has a moral and corporate responsibility to be transparent and accountable to Parliament and the people of this country when conducting its business in this sector. The details of this transaction, whether it's being funded from KPHL's budget, external borrowing by KPHL on behalf of the state, or through the national government budget, is not clear. Furthermore, it is not clear whether NEC had approved for KPHL to execute this transaction to acquire additional equity from Santos. Jumaima Sukbat, TVWAN News.
The Internal Revenue Commission hosted a small business tax and general tax awareness workshop for 4 days at the APEC House in Port Moresby. The training began on Tuesday the 27th and ended yesterday. The meet was to bring the tax awareness to the taxpayers and the practitioners. A small business tax and general tax awareness workshop took place at the APEC House for 4 days. This meaningful workshop, hosted by the Internal Revenue Commission, was to bring the tax awareness to the taxpayers and the practitioners. General Commissioner for IRC Sam Koim stated that many individuals still did not understand tax as it is a complex subject matter. He defined the function and importance of tax.
Many businesses in Papua New Guinea find it hard to comply with the tax obligations. Sometimes, and in most cases, we found that many of those businesses are struggling to understand the complexities involved in complying with the tax obligation.
Koim further added that apart from the training, a taxpayer information toolkit will be given out to individuals to help in the comprehensive information. On the last day of the workshop, registered tax agents were given the time to talk about their tax services like Number One Super and DHO accounting services. MSME businesses had the chance to talk about the services they provided. One of these was the PNG Women's Business Resource Center.
The Women's Business Resource Center was established in November of 2016 as a resource hub for women of all economic backgrounds to access vital information for economic empowerment, and has seen over 4,000 women come through its doors and also participate in the trainings that it provides. So we provide business coaching, training programs, mentorship programs, networking events, incubation and office services, continual development of business resources and services, and also membership packages and options, and most recently a business support hotline and an online digital e-library of resources, both available in Tok Pisin and English.
Was set up to introduce services through brochures and pamphlets. Meanwhile, the Internal Revenue Commission has lined up new and exciting products and services to improve its business process. IRC Commissioner General Sam Koim spoke about the introduction of new products and services during the workshop, which will be an offer soon. Koim stated that another product available is that taxpayers can go online on the My IRC platform to file and pay taxes. Heading to the digital transformation agenda is the QR coding of all tax compliance certificates.
Those in the MSME spaces, those whose turnover is below 60,000, you pay a lousy 250 kina in a year, and you file 1-page or 2-page return, and you only file once, unlike others in the previous regime. One of the challenges that we've been facing over the years is the production of fake COCs and distribution of fake COCs. So what we've done so far is we make sure that SICTA system auto-generates the COCs. So if you are not compliant, and if one of your return is outstanding, or if you haven't been paying any tax, your COC will not be processed until that return is filed or paid. So
3 officers from Climate Change and Development Authority recently attended the Pacific Blue Carbon Training Program in Brisbane, Australia. The Blue Carbon Training Program from September 4th to the 17th was part of the assistance that the Australian government has provided to Pacific countries to better monitor and manage coastal blue carbon ecosystems. The training was aimed at building capacity on how to collect, measure, map and be able to do analysis on blue carbon data and formulate a blue carbon policy for PNG. Participant Jason Paniu said PNG lacks the capacity, technology and finance to collect, store and analyze blue carbon data. As a result, PNG does not have a blue carbon policy. The training team was led by Climate Change and Development Authority, accompanied by stakeholders from the PNG Forest Authority, Forest Research Institute, National Fisheries Authority, University of PNG, University of Natural Resource and Environment, and the Nature Conservancy. TVWAN News continues when we return. Stay with us.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got,
When you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him all together.
Magic tasty rice makes tasty rice.
Making white flour rice become a favorite below family one-time meat tasty bilang Maggie tasty rice. Put him 2 pela cup rice long pot, add him water, na 1 pela packet Maggie tasty rice. Mix him good na boil him rice. Make him white pela rice come up tasty one-time Maggie tasty rice. Maggie, the taste PNG loves.
Open bench.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
You got that smile. Oh, it lightens up the street for a mile. 'Cause being down doesn't suit your style. Hold your head up, 'cause love will keep hope going strong. And then smile, it's a given when everything seems lost. Don't try and smile.
He loves a mumu. He prefers to barbecue. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager. Bongum Yumi. Cheers to 70 years.
Welcome back. Police Commissioner David Manning has urged members of the constabulary to take measures now to ensure that their families are secure should they die whilst on duty. Commissioner Manning made this statement during the dawn service on Thursday to remember members of the police forces who died in the line of duty over the last 12 months.
Police Commissioner David Manning said it has come to the attention of the senior management of the police force that members do not take measures in ensuring that their families are secure in the event that they die whilst on duty.
It has come to the attention of the police senior management that our members have not and are not planning for their exit, either from the constabulary or from this world. Members must not take this lightly. Whilst we do not know the future, we know that we will exit from the constabulary upon retirement. We also know that death is unavoidable. So to secure our families' future welfare, we must take measures now to cater for them.
He also encouraged all members of the constabulary to formalize their marriages either customarily or through the church.
The police department recognizes one wife or husband, and this will have to be captured on our strength and each member's service record. We've had sad instances whereby 2 or even 3 women are claiming to be the wife of deceased members. There are also cases where wives have not even been listed as next of kin.
Commissioner Manning also said members must ensure that beneficiaries of super funds are listed as well.
I encourage members to also draw up wills. Whilst this is not our custom, it is a necessity. And we must do this now going forward to provide some sense of security for our spouses and dependents. Many spouses, especially wives and children, are being unfairly disadvantaged and made to suffer because of our failure, that is us members, to put our house in order.
Commissioner Manning made this statement at the dawn service to remember members of the police force who died in line of duty over the last 12 months. Jumaima Sukbat, TVWAN News.
In collaboration with EU Straight PNG and Cocoa Board, both successfully rolled out 8 capacity-building workshops for 470 local cocoa processors on cocoa quality control measures. Both organizations agreed on this due to low quality of cocoa production in the Sepik region. Both organized a series of capacity-building trainings for small fermentary business owners in East Sepik and Sundown provinces. The week-long workshops were intensive and conducted simultaneously over 5 weeks in August and September 2022 in 8 different districts of East Sepik and Sundown provinces. The participants had a week-long training and were taken through requirements for registration of cocoa fermenters, PNG export standards, and different agencies involved in the cocoa industry. They also trained on proper cocoa drying and fermentation processes, including how to break cocoa pods and quality management skills. The Hand-Up program is a blessing for the marginalized mothers and youth of Lay City. Rose Jimmy, who is from Simbu, came to Lay 5 decades ago with no education and no job, leaving her with limited options. With the introduction of the Hand-Up program, she now has her own bank account and can proudly stand in an ATM line to withdraw her money.
The Lay City Hand-Up program, launched on the 1st of June 2020, was jointly implemented by the Lay City Authority, the Australian Government, the Morobe Provincial Government and business partners. The concept of the Hand-Up program is to help the most vulnerable members of the community, and among those recipients was Mama Rose Jimmy, who was just a young woman when she left Simbu in 1970 for Morobe Province. Over 50 years later, she is living with her 2 children, grandchildren and great-grandchildren in one of the settlements in Lay City.
Home life for me and Yahat. All beginning for me only stop nothing. People walk now only no walk only stop nothing. Tupuna only school you go there, no go school fees stop outside. Me and Mama Silo John Rose, and come up member. Now when kissing me play trango mama na me play walk lo here. Me play Mama's one time bell na me play walk.
BSP partnered with the Lay City Authority to open bank accounts for the mothers and youth, most of whom had never had bank accounts nor possessed their own bank cards. Today, they can stand in line at an ATM to withdraw money earned from the Hand-Up program.
This is the time, remember, this is what I me can walk now, okay. Me proud mama trying to mama, me proud walk now, okay. Me proud kada mama, me practice card. Now me practice card na. Select na kay na me proud stabo se work la kay me proud mama.
Work on the construction of the West Coast Highway in New Ireland Province is steadily progressing. As of Thursday, the 29th of September, 700 meters of road had its first coat of prime sealing. Governor Sir Julius Chan emphasized to the contractor, China Railway Construction, and the New Ireland workmen that the road works must be of quality and last for a long time. The West Coast Highway begins at Para Junction, all through central New Ireland, and through Namatanai to Burukalai, which is a total distance of 190 kilometers. The road works and sealing is being done in 5 kilometers phases. You're watching TVWAN News. In sports, PNG beats Vanuatu and PRL Grand Final.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell rice. Skell life.
Each province tells Tambuna stories their own way. But there's one thing that brings everyone together. SP Lager, Bongum Yumi. Cheers to 70 years.
You're not invited to Dad's party.
Mi kam ta solo here lo giving me one per reminder. Na tu lo looking one something ba come up lo here next.
What?
Why you kill police?
Mina Daniela making one play deal.
Me blame me bro, me na lol get to something. Suppose I'm not been kissing all get to something but me. Baby bro, me boy stop life here.
Welcome back. PNG men's soccer team are the champions of the Melanesian Spearhead Group Prime Minister's Cup. Finishing in an exciting final, PNG defeated host Vanuatu development team 4-1 in a penalty shootout in front of a packed crowd in Port Vila, Vanuatu last night.
PNG came back strongly from a 2-0 scoreline in the early part of the match to equalize and head into extra time. Both teams scored a goal each in both halves of the extra time to force the game into the penalty shootout. PNG penalty kickers Daniel Joe, Alwin Komolong, Emmanuel Simon and Paul converted their penalties, while Vanuatu's early penalty kicks were saved by goalkeeper Roland Warisan. The match went down to the wire. Vanuatu, led by former Hekari United player Barry Mansale and skipper Carl Bong, scored 2 quick goals in the first half before Nigel Dabinyaba pulled one back before the break to keep PNG in the game. In the second half, PNG fired another killer shot from Emmanuel Simon, crossed by Dabinyaba, who scored his double to force the game into extra time. In the opening half, Vanuatu scored to take the lead at half-time 3-2. PNG did not give up as they continued to bombard Vanuatu's defense to see Raymond Gunemba level the scores at 3-all. In the penalty shootout, it was PNG who came out on top, winning 4-1 after Vanuatu missed their 2 sport kicks. Susan Oriape, TVWAN Sports.
The Port Moresby Rugby League Grand Final for 2022 has been set for next Sunday, October 9th at the Santos National Football Stadium. This year's Big A grade decider is between Royals and Double Warriors under 20, Royals versus Cornerstone, and in the women, Taranga will meet Gulf West.
PRL competition manager Meke Maino said despite a number of disruptions to the competition, clubs have cooperated well, which was important for the finals to proceed without further delays. Maino said this year one of Port Moresby's glamour clubs, Royals, had been consistent throughout the season and have earned their spot on merit against newcomers Double Warriors. Royals have had a lot of time to prepare and are looking good for the title this year. Double Warriors, on the other hand, had some disruptions in their lead-up games, but that has been sorted out. In the under-20, Royals again well prepared to take on Cornerstone, who will bring a lot of finals experience to the contest from last year's Grand Final. In the women's Grand Final showdown, Gulf West will showcase a number of their big guns in Brenda Goro, Joanne Kuman, Margaret Luke, Ruth Gende, and Benoti Kuman. They will be up against an informed Tarangau outfit after disposing of reigning 2021 Queens Hanuabada Hawks in the first major semi-final playoff to book the first Grand Final spot. Tarangao have the luxury of potential orchids in Ellie Kappa, Taime Jackson and Shelley Stephen to lead their young chargers around the park. From the outset, both teams look set to hit the ground running come Grand Final day. Susan Oriape, TV1 Sports.
And that wraps up the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent the transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.